أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. Surah Al-A'raf is one of the longest surahs of the surahs of Mecca. The surah itself starts with one of the miraculous letters of the Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alif Lam Mim Swad. And the most correct tafsir of these verses is Allahu a'lamu bi muradihi bidhalik. For the surah to know that these letters are miraculous letters, among the miraculous, or from the miraculous book Al-Quran, the surah starts with Kitabun Alif Lam Mim Swad Kitabun Unzila Ilayk. This book is a miraculous book, revealed on this during this month of Ramadan. And if you look at the month of Ramadan and you compare the very 30 days or 29 days of Ramadan, or the very nights on which Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala revealed this book, if you compare it to the time the universe has been here and the universe will be here, it is like a second compared to the billions of years of the universe. Meaning that this very second of these billions of years, during this second, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has revealed something that will change the universe forever. Meaning the revelation of Quran occurred on a night during this month, and if you compare that night to the universe, to the life of the universe, it is just like a second, and that second is going or has changed the history entirely. This book has changed history entirely. It was revealed during this month. It was revealed during these months. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is teaching us here something, that if one night of this month has changed the entire universe, how come I as a Muslim cannot be changed during the 30 days or 29 days of my short life myself? My life is nothing compared to the life of the universe. If this very book, if this very month has changed the entire universe, the entire history, how can it not be changed my life as a Muslim? That's why the Prophet ﷺ, in the hadith of Jibril, he was amazed by saying, when he said, "Illam yughfar lahu famata," when Sayyidina Jibril made the dua against one who did not get forgiven during the month of Ramadan. Prophet ﷺ finished this hadith with these words, or Sayyidina Jibril finished it with these words: if he does not get forgiven, when will he be forgiven? Meaning the chance we have, mashallah, during this month is one of the rare chances. And it is a long period chance. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will free people on every night of this month of Ramadan. وَذَلِكَ فِي كُلِّ لَيْلَةٍ. So this book is a miraculous book revealed to Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and being a surah that is revealed when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in Mecca, you know the surah will have to be dealing with the most important thing, the aqaid. It contains ayat, and it was revealed after Surah to Sad wal Qur'ani the dhikri. It is the first surah that has come to deal with the stories of the prophets alayhi salatu wasalam in details. If you look at the tartib of the Quran from Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah, Ali Imran, Al-Nisa, Al-Ma'idah, Al-An'am, Al-A'raf. In Al-An'am, Allah mentions the names, many names of the prophets. 18 names are mentioned in ayat in Surah Al-An'am. But Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala didn't go into through the details. He only speaks about Ibrahim in detail. But the other prophets, he didn't. فكأن سورة الأعراف جاءت لتفصل ما أجملته سورة الأنعام. Surah Al-A'raf came to give details of what was put together by Surah Al-An'am in summary. So you will hear the story of Sayyidina Adam in details, up to the end of the creation. That's how the surah is rich. You will see Noah in the surah in details, Sayyidina Hud in details, Salih in details, Lut in details, Shu'aib, Musa, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in details. In Surah Al-An'am, we spoke a little bit about it yesterday. There is a very ayah that makes me feel very scary. It's a scary ayah, makes me scared sometimes. We read it earlier when we did the first part of the Tarawih. وَكَذَلِكَ نُوَلِّي بَعْدَ الظَّالِمِينَ بَعْضًا بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. When we see the leadership of the world today, Allah is telling us that whenever there is oppressors on earth, I will bring oppressing leaders to control them, to rule them. You are in America, in Europe, in Africa, everywhere people are complaining. Maybe we should be complaining about ourselves. وَكَذَلِكَ نُوَلِّي بَعْدَ الظَّالِمِينَ بَعْضًا بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. And this surah, Surah Al-A'raf, it has come to mainly speak or to solely speak about the eternal war between al-haq and al-batil, between al-khair and al-shar, between good and bad, between al-islahu fil ardi wal-fasad fil ard. And you will see that in every single qissa among the qissas of al-anbiya alayhimu salatu wasalam. We will be seeing also the plots of Iblis al-mal'un against Adam and against the children of Adam. And that battle will continue until the end of our life on this earth. Because Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala granted Iblis his dua. He granted him to live until the end of time. Until the end of time. So the surah also will talk about the different types of people. اختلاف أصناف البشرية أو أصناف البشر. And the surah will let us know that we have three types of people. المؤمنون الطائعون أو العصاة والسلبيون. You will find people who will obey Allah and people who will disobey Allah and people who are in between. لا إله هؤلاء ولا إله هؤلاء. وإذ قالت أمة منهم لما تعظون قوما الله مهلكهم. People who don't care. You know, it's none of my business. But every single thing that is going on in this world is part of our business. It depends now how we approach it or how should we deal with it. So that salabiyya is the most complicated part of the human condition. Because the good is very clear, the bad is very clear. But in between, the trick of shaitan is there. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is also telling us that on Yawm al-Qiyamah you will have three types of people. People who will be in Jannah, and people who will be in fire, and people who will be in Al-A'raf. The surah is named after Al-A'raf. Al-A'raf, the very walls which will be between Jannah and fire. These people, istawat hasanatuhum sayyi'atihim. Because of their hasanat, they are going to fire. But because of their bad deeds, which are equal to their hasanat, they cannot go to Jannah. So they stay on Al-A'raf until Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala decides for their matter, as Ibn Jarir says from Hudhayfa in his tafsir. So we see in the qissa of Adam alayhi salam and Iblis, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala explaining us that no matter how hard the battle between haqq and batil, between good and bad, al-khayr wa shar, victory will be for good at the end of the day. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala also speaks of the tricks of shaitan. فَدَلَّهُمَا بِغُرُورٍ. Iblis, he comes to us not just sometimes clearly or openly. He has his tricks. بِغُرُورٍ. As Allah said in another surah, وَمَا يَعِدُهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ إِلَّا غُرُورًا. Shaitan does not promise the mankind except what? Deception. He just deceives us. And he makes Adam and Hawa believe that if they eat from this tree, they will be there eternally. وَقَاسَمَهُمَا إِنِّي لَكُمَا لَمِنَ النَّاصِحِينَ فَدَلَّاهُمَا بِغُرُورٍ فَلَمَّا ذَاقَ الشَّجَرَةَ بَدَتْ لَهُمَا سَوْآتُهُمَا. Until he, with them until they ate. Here we have different approach from the Christians, because to them it is Hawa who made Adam eat from the tree. But that's not what Quran says. Quran says that both of them were deceived by Iblis, and both of them ate, and both of them were blamed, and both of them repented, and both of them were forgiven by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. They said, both of them, Rabbana ghalamna anfusana. We both wronged ourselves. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that's what he said. It's another thing, badat lahuma sawatuhuma. The nakedness that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentions here, to point something that al-uryu min aslihati shaytani. Nakedness is among the weapons of shaitan, and we see that today. You know, women are made now subject for lust, and men now have become womanized. You know, you see men now, they tight jeans. You don't know even if they're men or women. That's part of the tricks of shaitan. That's why you see so many brothers becoming homosexuals. I don't know what's going on. And we don't even feel it sometimes. In the name of fashion, we do it. Because man tashabbaha biqawmin, says Rasulullah, فَهُوَ مِنْهُمْ. If you try to resemble like a person or a people, you're just like them. And now we see that shaitan is, as one of our sheikhs said, that shaitan before, as Allah says in this surah, إِنَّهُ يَرَاكُمْ هُوَ وَقَبِيلُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا تَرَوْنَهُمْ. He sees you and his group from where you do not see them. The sheikh said that was before, but now shaitan is very before us. You know? Now in every single channel, the major TVs, and they are promoting homosexuality, promoting whatever evil. The main people you see every single day are those homosexuals. Subhanallah. And you name it. When you have a company and you really want to do good sales, you want to use women in order for the advertisement to pass. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala also talk to us about the ending results for those who are patient for the sake of Allah in their fight against evil. All the prophets, Allah tells us what happened with their people, but at the end of the day, with Nuh, فَكَذَّبُوهُ فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ. والذين معه في الفلك وأغرقنا الذين كذبوا بآياتنا إنهم كانوا قوما عمين. Hud فأنجيناه, we saved him. And Salih, like what Allah says, that he saved him. Lut فأنجيناه وأهله إلا امرأته, we saved Lut and his family except for his wife, because his wife was among the disbelievers, not only the disbelievers but the leading team of the disbelievers. That's why nearness or being part of or member of a family of a pious person does not necessarily benefit us if we do not follow their footsteps. As Ibrahim said in Surah Ibrahim, Allah says on the tongue of Sayyidina Ibrahim, فَمَنْ تَبِعَنِي فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي, whoever follows me is from me. Whoever obeys me is from me. فَمَنْ تَبِعَنِي فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي وَمَنْ عَصَانِي فَإِنَّكَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. And you see also the comparison between the three types of people in the qissa of Adam, in the qissa of Musa, and in the qissa of the people of Ailata. In the qissa of Adam, when they were hesitating, they didn't take a mawqif. You have to take position. If you don't take position, Shaitan will take you to his position. They didn't take position. Shaitan pushed them. The people of Musa also, they were doubting. They were saying, Musa, udhina min qabli an tatiyana wa min ba'di ma jitana, in the surah. They didn't take position. And Musa really worked it out until they followed. But they did very bad at the end, until Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala punished them, as he says, فَإِنَّهَا مُحَرَّمَةٌ عَلَيْهِمْ 40 سَنَةً يَتِيهُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And the very people of Fir'aun, from the very people of Fir'aun, the worst of the people of Fir'aun, when they found the truth, they take position. They took position. The magicians, they have never made a sujood, yet they are in Jannah. In the morning they were with Fir'aun against Musa. When they found that Musa spoke the truth, when they found that this is not magic, this is truth, they left Fir'aun. And at that very moment, Fir'aun decided to crucify them and kill all of them. They said, do whatever you want. And they asked Allah to guide them and bestow them with, bless them with sabr. أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا وَتَوَفَّنَا مُسْلِمِينَ. And that also is discussed in this surah, and the qissa of the people of Sabbath. You all know Sabbath, especially in this country, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala forbade them to fish. But now, on Sabbath, the how do you call it, fish will be planned before their eyes. Now they made they were trying to make a trick. They used their trick to block the fish on night of Friday, so that on Sunday they will be fishing. And some of them did denounce it. And the others say, why are you denouncing them? Just let them go. Whatever they do. لِمَ تَعِذُونَ قَوْمًا اللَّهُ مُهْلِكُهُمْ وَمُعَذِّبُهُمْ عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا. Leave all of you to take abandonment. Whoever dies will be with their grave. But that's not it. I have to love for you what I love for myself. If I see you are wrong, I have to approach you nicely and talk to you. Give you nasiha. Not to show you that I'm better than you or you're nothing. That Allah says in the surah that we've just recited, Surah Al-An'am, وَلَا تَسُبُّوا الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. Do not curse the idols which the disbelievers worship. For if you do curse them, they will curse Allah. عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ فَيَسُبُّوا اللَّهَ عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala shows us here that He saved the people who were forbidding evil. And He destroyed, punished those who disobeyed. But He didn't say anything about the third group. Whether He destroyed them or He leaves them until the day of judgment. That's on Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if we look the hadith, when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said to Jibril to destroy a people who were disobeying Him, Jibril alayhi salam passed by a masjid. We can call it a masjid. There was a very pious person who spent all his time worshipping there. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said to Jibril to destroy the city, the town. He said, oh Allah, there is this very good person worshipping day and night. Allah says, begin with him. Why? because he never said anything against what's happening around him. So that's, in French we say, qui ne dit rien, consent. If you say nothing, you agree. We ask Allah wa ta'ala to make it easy for all of us to be from the people who obey Allah and help others obey. For if we do not do that, we are part of the people who are ghafilin. Because the asi is sometimes better than in situation than the ghafil. The asi can just make tawbah, because what he's doing is very planned. But the one who is heedless, he may forget that he is in the state of heedlessness. That's why Allah wa ta'ala tells us in this surah that many are taken to Jahannam. Why? Because they have hearts which do not understand. لَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ لَا يَفْقَهُونَ بِهَا. Eyes which do not see. وَلَهُمْ أَعْيُنٌ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ بِهَا. Ears which do not hear. وَلَهُمْ آذَانٌ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ بِهَا. وَلَقَدْ ذَرَأْنَا لِجَهَنَّمَ كَثِيرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ. لهم قلوب لا يفقهون بها ولهم أعين لا يبصرون بها ولهم آذان لا يسمعون بها أولئك كالأنعام. They are just like cattle, but whom other, they're even worse, because cattle are created for whatever they are in. وَلِلَّهِ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. At the end of the surah, Allah then is reminding us. The surah starts with the remembrance of Allah and Tawheed. It will finish again with the remembrance of Allah and Tawheed. وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ فِي نَفْسِكَ تضرعا وخيفة ودون الجهر من القول بالغدو والأصال ولا تكن من الغافلين إن الذين عند ربك لا يستكبرون عن عبادته ويسبحونه وله يسجدون. As something that is waking us from our state of heedlessness. And the first sajda, you have sujood sajda to tilawat. The first sajda, when you come from Fatiha, it will be found in this surah. The last part, the last ayah of the surah has a sajda to tilawah. It's different from sajda to shukr. It is also different from sajda to salah. أسأل الله تبارك وتعالى أن يرزقنا ويرينا الحق باطلا ويرينا الحق حقا ويرزقنا اتباعه وأن يرينا الباطل باطلا ويرزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم.